Hello everyone, and a very good morning, afternoon, or evening from wherever you are joining us. Dear authors and invited guests, welcome to Technical Session 8B. Myself, Rohan Joshi, and this session will be moderated by me. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation and GR Scholastic LLP, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the 4th World Conference on Information Systems for Business Management, ISBM 2025. The fourth edition of this conference is being held in a hybrid mode. The physical event was held on 24th of September at Bangkok, and the virtual event is being held yesterday and today through the online digital portal of Zoom. I hope you will enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive session throughout the day. A quick guidelines for everyone. In this session, we have 10 presentations. Each presenter will be given a time of 10 minutes for the presentations and 2 minutes for questions and answers. When the time limit reaches 8 minutes, I will raise a gentle reminder and the presenter should finish their presentation within the next 2 minutes. There is another request to all the participants. Please stay connected with us till the closing remarks. If you have any query or any update, then you can reach out to me in the chat box. Before we start our session, I would like to introduce our chairs for this particular session. I would like to introduce Professor Lester Prieto Acova, who is an assistant professor at the National University of Philippines. His academic and research interests focus on sustainability, accounting, and taxation. Hello, sir. A warm welcome to you. May I kindly request you to address the session and share a few words?
Good afternoon, to everyone. Well, for GP7 time, it's my great pleasure to serve as a session coacher for the session of ISBM 2025. I've seen more the abstracts of the papers that will be presented for today, and what I can say, it brings together a wide range of topics which are, I think, timeline relevant. And I look forward to the presentations of each of the papers. Again, welcome to everyone.
Thank you. It is my equal honor now to introduce our second session chair, Dr. Kalapala Vidyasagar, who is a professor at VNR Vignana Jyoti Institute of Engineering and Technology, India. He has expertise in project design and implementation with specialization in embedded process applications. His areas of interest include nanosensors, process control and instrumentation, medical imaging. Sir, a warm welcome to you. I will request you to share your insights with this session and share a few words. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, respected faculty members, and dear participants. It's an immense pleasure and honor to welcome you all to the ISBM conference, and it is a great opportunity to me to act as a session chair uh, to assess the brilliant minds of participants, researchers across the world. And I thank you for all uh, for participating ISBM from across the world to share the knowledge, exchange ideas, and foster collaborations that will shape the future of business and management. This conference is not just a platform of academic discussion, but also an opportunity to explore innovative perspectives, engage in meaningful dialogue, and inspire each other to contribute towards sustainable growth and impactful practices in your respective fields. I welcome you all. Thank you for inviting me to act as a session chair. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. It is a pleasure to have you here. Now, we can start with the presentations of today. For the first presentation, I would like to call on Fatima Ibrahim, who is going to present her paper, A Lightweight Framework for Implementing ISO IEC 26550 in small and medium sized software enterprises in Bangladesh.
Hello everyone. My name is Fatima Ibrahim. Today I'll be presenting a small demo of our presentation and paper called Lightweight Framework for Implementing ISO or IEC 26550 in small and medium-sized software enterprises in Bangladesh. I have the names of my team members, and let's get started. So this is a little bit about the background of our paper. We have tried to contribute to software process improvement, as in we have analyzed a lot of the software processes currently going through in SMEs in Bangladesh. And we have seen that there are no particular directions or standards for these small companies, and they're often struggling. So some of the important things that we have analyzed all over the world is that some established software processes can actually improve the quality, reduce cost, and also strengthen competitiveness. For example, we do know about ISO 9001 and CMMI. So we know that they help with product line engineering. However, for the ISO IEC 26550, and the reason that we chose it particularly is it's unique for SPLE because it emphasizes reuse, modularity, and scalability. So as SMEs have lack of resources, budget, and a lot of things, this specific um, this specific criteria ISO would be helpful for SMEs as we have proposed. So we know that in the Bangladeshi context, SMEs dominate software industry and often build related or reusable products, and yet this practices is really low. Some of the factors that we have identified are that there is a limited awareness of standards, skill shortages, and training gaps, perceived complexity of existing models, and simply put, as we all know, financial constraints. After analyzing all of this, we came to the idea that there is a need for a lightweight, cost-effective framework which has to be tailored to SMEs in emerging economics such as Bangladesh. So these are our 4 research goals so far that we have decided. So our first objective was to assess ISO or IEC 26550 adoption in Bangladeshi SMEs, as in whether they would actually be able to implement it or not, whether it was feasible in the context of Bangladesh. So our second objective was to identify key challenges and barriers, what kind of problems the SMEs would have faced if they were to actually adopt it, whether they would be able to completely finish implementing ISO IEC 26550 or not. Third, we took all the problems analysis into consideration and proposed a lightweight PDCA framework, which is a plan, do, act framework tailored for SMEs particularly. And fourth, our objective was to provide a scalable and cost-effective path to process improvement. Moving on to our research design. So initially, we did a lot of literature review to find out all the different processes happening throughout the world, whether any developing countries were currently using ISO IC 26550, what their impact was, etc., and all these. During our literature review, we went through a lot of journals, articles, white papers, etc. Our second process was target audience definition. Since we were implementing it into SMEs, we wanted to target specific industry experts from different SMEs as well as large enterprises so that we can get a viewpoint of how the industry is currently running in Bangladesh. Third was data collection. So we distributed Google Forms. We collected data from the research papers themselves as well. So, and then we went into quantitative and qualitative analysis. So over here, we actually did some mathematical calculations, as I will talk about further in the presentation, as well as qualitative analysis, some thematic analysis as well to identify key categories where the problems may arise and what the possible solutions might be. And then we had the validation stage where we actually talked about whether this framework that we developed would be valid in the Bangladeshi context or not. And afterwards, we had to do a mapping to exactly point out where we could implement the strategies that we proposed. And finally, we prepared a report and submitted it to ISBM, and this is the presentation. So here are some of the statistics that I brought about from our paper in this presentation. So we conducted this entire study back in 2024, and we had to go through 6 databases, for example, Google Scholar, Web of Science, Scopus, IEEE, Explorer, Science Direct, SCM, and all these different databases to gather relevant literature. Then we categorize them into thematic groups. So among our survey results, we found out that there were 12 Bangladeshi SMEs that were surveyed, and each of the SMEs had 15 to 120 employees. Some of the roles were project managers, developers, testers, QA analysts, IT managers, and executives. So as you can see, there is a holistic view in our survey, and there are industry experts from different categories as well. So the suggestions that they made are quite inclusive. So we had tailored questionnaires that measured domain info gathering, requirement review, domain architecture, handoff process, improvement practices, and all these. Some of the survey instruments that we used were Google Forms, as well as some descriptive stats, regression analysis, thematic analysis of expert feedbacks. And in order to validate our results, whether they can actually be implemented or not, we use the Cronbach alpha statistic, and it came out actually strong, which is a 0.8622. We also used frequency tables, variance checks, and correlation testing to further enhance and make our viewpoint stronger, so that there's like a clear mapping of practices, gaps, and role-based adoption readiness, so that the SMEs can confidently adopt our proposed model. Here are some of our results from the survey. I won't explain much into it, but here's like an overall gist of it. So as you can see, we had some points measured for each of the roles that we took from the SMEs and how varied they were from the answers. We also have a table. We also had a table for practice items and adoption rates, as in how much the SMEs are willing to adapt this particular context into their processes, into their software development processes, and all that. So based on these results, we actually determined our framework that I will be suggesting in the next few slides. These are also some of the regression line practices that we have calculated. As you can see, most of the answers, it's like almost a stable consideration, and there isn't much variance in it. That means our results were strong enough to have an actual proposal. Some of the key findings that we found from our surveys, asking to the industry experts, were that there is a lower awareness among industry experts about what an actual model can be, their training gaps, limited resources, and management resistance. Some of the good findings that we did find is there's a high adoption in domain requirements, up to 95%, weak adoption in testing. However, there is also a weak adoption in testing and validation, which is 75%, as in the quality assurance and whether the project is actually going to be implemented or not in the long run. Smoothly, that percentage is quite low. On the good side, we do have that most executives are adaptive, and however, there is also problems where technical rules are lagged, about 68%. This is a
Hello, this is
simplified
a gentle
version of.
reminder that your 8 minutes are way over, so please try to finish your presentation at the earliest. Thank you so much.
So here's a small overview of the plan. So just to sum it up, this is called a plan, do, check, act, and framework, and we have different roles uh, of the technical experts that we have engaged in this survey. So there are here to plan, test, standardize, and overall give us suggestions about how to do the framework. So, in conclusion, I would like to say that our PDCA model aligns straightly with the ISO IEC 26550, and it is also good for SME with the constraints that I have set up earlier. It supports gradual adoption of SPI in resource-limited environments. It also allows for reuse and good software quality. Some of the future works that we are suggesting is larger sample studies so that our data is more reliable and valid, and so that it can also be valid across different industries as well as have a long-term impact assessment. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I would now like to ask the session chairs if they have any questions regarding the presentation.
Yeah,
So
Vidyasagarandi. Yeah, I have one
you
doubt.
can just
The other used linear regression. Which model the linear regression other considered? I do not understand why the logistic regression, linear regression are there. So the logistic regression may be best fit to this uh, subject, and I don't know why they did not use the logistic regression. They can compare the linear regression, non-linear regression, logistic regression algorithms. So which one will be more fit to this model, and that we can estimate it. So
Um, Thank you for your question. I would say that we were trying to have like a holistic overview of the situation. For example, whether the viewpoints that different industry experts are giving us are consistent with the other person or not. But yes, your statement about to compare with different um, models as well is also valid. Thank you.
okay, thank you.
know. I would just like to press, since I was confused on the part of the key findings, since one of the barriers that was mentioned was the management resistance. However, the data that was presented was, I think, executives are most adaptive as compared to those with the technical roles. If I could be enlightened with this one, please.
Sorry, I could not understand the question.
Um, I think I would just like to clarify. I think this is an inconsistency because one of the key barriers that was identified was management resistance. However, executives are most adaptive with the 100% as provided by the key findings also, as compared to those under the technical roles.
Just to understand whether I'm getting your question all right, are you trying to question whether what kind of problems that might have arisen because of management resistance, like whatever problems we found? Is that correct? Oh, okay. So management resistances that we have found in the SMEs are that not a lot of people are actually following similar processes across different projects. So that is also a problem. However, if we can actually give them the guideline and that all these steps are what you need to follow, as in everyone is on the same page, then there won't be any questions that the people would have. So they would just be following a straight guideline, and so management wouldn't have to explain to everybody what the procedure is, how to implement and everything. Thank you
Okay,
for your question.
thank thank you.
Now we will move on with our next presentation. We have Sushmita who is going to present her paper on air quality prediction using computational intelligence.
Hello everyone. Hope my screen is visible.
Yes, your screen is visible.
Okay. Hello everyone, I'm Sushmita from Manipal Institute of Technology, India. Today I'll be presenting on air quality prediction using machine learning languages. This was the study which I did with my professor, Dr. Vijay Lakshmi ma'am. Okay, these are the contents. Air pollution is one of the most perceiving global challenge. Accurate forecasting of pollutant levels such as PM 2.5 and PM10 can give a government policies and enable early health warning and help to reduce risk for the public. In our study, we have applied various machine learning language models to predict air quality and compared their performance to find the most reliable approach. As we all know, air pollution impacts not only just the ecosystem but also human health and climate. Traditional statistical models can often fail to capture the non-linear relationship between multiple contributing factors such as temperature, humidity, industrial activity, and traffic emission. Machine learning offers tools that can learn from large data sets, adapt to complex patterns, and thus providing more accurate and timely predictions. Through the literature survey, several studies have explored machine learning language for models for air quality prediction such as support vector machines, random forest, and neural network in cities and all rural as well as smart cities. However, challenges remain same. Model adaptability across different geographical is difficult, and time real-time integration with sensor networks, handling noise and incompatible data where our works build upon these studies to identify most effective approach for reliable prediction. Our primary objective were to predict PM 2.5 and PM10 concentrations using various machine learning models to evaluate and compare these models for their accuracy and sustainability and to identify the best performing model for practical implementation. This is the methodology we used, where we have evaluated 4 machine learning languages, which is linear regression, which is nothing but simple and interruptible, but it also has this limitation where it struggles with non-linear data. And the next one is support vector machine, captures non-linear patterns, but it is computationally heavy and requires parameter tuning. Next one is KNN, which predicts based on similar historical data, easy to use but sensitive to noise and scaling. And then we used random forest and ensemble method to handle non-linear and noisy data well, but it is more computationally demanding. We trained these models on historical air quality data and evaluated them to use standard performance metrics. These are the evaluations method which we used. Mean absolute error measures the average prediction error. Root mean square error penalizes large errors, making it important for high deviation are like bit costly. And the next one which we used was uh, which indicates how much variance in the data is explained by the model. If it is 1, it means it's better prediction. 0 means not no better than mean. It is used when you want to access how well model explains variability of targeted value. These are the result which we got. Here you can see random forest achieved the best performance with 18.9 microgram per meter cube, and the method which we used for this was And SVM performed well with proper tuning but was computationally expensive, and KNN showed more moderate and accuracy and worked better for short-tempered prediction. Linear regression was simple but produced high error due to inability to handle non-linear and linear relationship. In summary, random forest emerged most reliable prediction. This is the graph where we can find it. For future scope, advanced deep learning models like CNN can improve long-term forecasting. IoT and edge computing combined prediction with real-time sensor network can enable faster and localized prediction. Geo and temporal analysis integrated data like traffic pattern, seasonal trends, and climate factors can predict accurately. Public health applications like developing early warning system that notify the public and policymakers for potential air pollution spikes in advance. Yeah, these are the future scope. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I would like to ask the session chairs for their questions.
Sushmita garu. Hello. Hello. Is my voice audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Nice presentation.
Thank you.
You proposed some linear regression algorithm, SVM classifier, and KNN algorithm, random forest. You considered all the algorithms. So you
Yes,
compared the R square value, so which is most closest to 1, that fit best well, and then MSE or MSE you calculated. Right,
yes.
very good. So what is the why you did not focus much on random forest algorithm, and you already executed random forest and KNN algorithm, and
Yes.
what is the novelty you can justify it in your from your paper? All our existing methods, you did not consider any NSML methods or hybrid methodology, or even you did not explain the confusion matrix, so which can determine the performance metrics of accuracy, precision, F1 score, recall value, everything you can explain over there. So I think your paper might be most strengthened by analyzing these algorithms with confusion matrix. Is it so?
Yes, as of now, we actually started focused on these things. And then in future scope, we applied all those CNN matrix methods, so we can even compare those and strengthen this paper.
And one thing I just wanted here, how will you relate this linear regression algorithm with random forest algorithm?
Yeah, actually,
Both
linear
are different ends.
regression method works. Yeah, but it also has a limitation where which works only when relationship between like features and pollutant is mostly linear. Where air quality data are influenced by weather, traffic signals. So these linear method will be like not
No,
so
no,
much
I'm
preferable.
sorry.
Yeah,
Sushmita Gar, I'm sorry. So
yeah,
my question is, you use linear regression algorithm, calculated R square, MSE, all these things, RMSE calculated.
yes,
And also you used random forest algorithm. My
yes,
point is here. So what is the relation between these two? Both are different. So you also
yeah.
use the classifier algorithm, KNN you introduced.
So
So what
basically,
is
this,
the
yeah.
relationship between this linear regression algorithm and random forest?
So this was actually
Can we
compared.
combine?
Yeah, I can continue.
No, please
Hello.
tell me. Tell me. No.
So actually, this was uh, combined, like where we can actually predict which is better. We have combined all these, and
No. My my question is the out. See, you can consider LSTM.
okay,
What are the features you considered for random forest algorithm?
we have mm,
Features used for random forest algorithm or KNN algorithm. CO2,
CO2.
nitrogen levels. These are the pollution levels, pollution components. Are you considered these are acting as a features to the random forest algorithm? How you'll extract the features from your data set? Okay, no issue. The thing is, I will suggest you use
Okay,
LSTM or some linear regression algorithm, and
okay,
then that output will be given to the prediction algorithm. So your title is a prediction algorithm. So you might be
yes.
used XGBoost or some random forest algorithm or decision tree, any algorithm you can use, so that you can predict based on your present history and present trend analysis. So you can predict something using that random forest algorithm. So you can extend that thing so that it will be more useful for your publication. Thank you. Good presentation.
Thank you for this suggestion. Thank you.
So, I'd just like to comment for the topic. I think it is very relevant across all nations right now. I'd just like to ask in terms of the background, is there any particular program under the Bangladeshi government that is related with this prediction for air quality? And if not, what do you think would be the barriers in terms of adapting or implementing such kind of program?
Are you asking which language we use to predict this?
Yeah, if it's already being adopted for a specific program in your country.
Yeah. Here we have used Python for as a code basic language to predict it, like where we have implemented all the data sets inside it.
With the second part, what do you think if other countries would be adopting this framework that you have presented? What do you think are the common challenges in terms of implementing such kind of program?
Uh, Most of the time limitation will be of like getting the data set, as geographically every region have different kind of like pollutions. So predicting a certain geographical area and require certain geographical data set, I think so that will be the more limitation for other countries as well.
Would be all from me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We will now move ahead with our next presentation. For our next presentation, we have Jareed Kama, who is going to present her paper, An Extensive Examination of the Development of Financial Technology in the Banking Sector, the Role of Trust as an Entry Barrier.
So, hello everyone. My name is Jalid Chama. I'm a professor from Higher School of Technology in Morocco, and I'm so honored to join you for this international conference. Today, I will present a study on trust in banking fintech under the title of An Extensive Examination of the Development of Financial Technology in the Banking Sector, the Role of Trust as an Entry Barrier. So this communication is structured as follows: an introduction, then an overview of banking fintech and the focus on trust, our methodology for selecting references, key results, Then we propose a conceptual model, and finally conclusion and future research directions. So we start with the introduction. We can say that in the context of increasing competition among banking institutions and the growing integration of new information and communication technologies, technological adoption has emerged and rapidly established worldwide as a genius communication channel that enhanced bank and customer relationship, but it's also provide benefits to both stakeholders. So this study synthesizes the existing literature on banking fintech and examines the technological adoption theories employed within a recent and updated body of research. Now we move to an overview of banking fintech. So there is a wide variety of definitions of the concept of financial technology in academic works, reports from international organizations, but all true stakeholders agree on the essential elements of the concept of financial technology. Its scope has not been clearly defined. So the term fintech comes from the link between the financial industry and information technologies and innovation. So it represents the development of technology and innovation to support banking and financial activities with the latest technologies. So fintech is defined as an interdisciplinary field that describes the connection of internet-related technology with the communication service activities for the financial sector, such as banking transaction and money lending. So now we move to focus on trust. We can say that trust in bank is considered essential for an efficient financial system, but little is known about what determines trust. Trust presupposes routine information processing and uncritical acceptance of positions. At the opposite, mistrust leads people to engage in non-routine procession in which they carefully consider several alternative options instead of uncritically sticking to their initial perspective and interpretation. So without trust, banks cannot attract depositors or find households willing to borrow money to finance their businesses. It contributes to inclusion and financial stability. So trust in banks is like a fundamental ingredient for an efficient economy. Now we move to our methodology. We can say that we use two tools. This work analyzes the role of trust as a key factor in fintech adoption using the Prisma method and NVivo software. So what is the Prisma method? Prisma method is a technique for improving the quality of systematic reviews and meta-analysis. It refers to the use of statistical techniques in a systematic review to integrate a result of included studies. On the other hand, NVivo is a qualitative data analysis software used to analyze numerical data. It helps researchers to identify word frequencies and interpret textual content. So in our case of study, we first selected scientific works on the subject of fintech in the banking sector from several scientific databases. We then carried a preliminary reading on the basis of the abstract in order to retain only works that fit in with our scope. Following this step, 103 references were retained. These references were downloaded, organized, and exported into the library of Zotero, which is a software for bibliographic management. And at the third stage, this research corpus was imported into RIS format to NVivo. It's thereby enabled the beginning of its qualitative data analysis through the execution of multiple queries. In the methodology, we can also say that For the selection of articles on the adoption of banking fintech, we opted to consult recognized scientific database to ensure a relevant and high quality literature. So the figure on the right presents the distribution of research corpus by database and highlights the predominance of work indexes in Scopus, Science Direct, and Web of Science. These three databases account for 78% of the research corpus. We can also talk about the inclusion criteria that are used. Articles selected are articles in the field of fintech adoption in the banking sector, articles in English, only articles that covering the period from 2010 to 2025, and of course, peer reviewer journal articles. So now we move to the key result of the study. 45 countries from a wide variety of economic and cultural backgrounds were identified. The top 3 countries discussed in this topic are the United States of America, India, and Malaysia. Other countries, including Hungary, Sweden, and Ethiopia, provide a few scientific works on the field of our research. So, however, we note the broad scope of fintech studies and their adoption in various developed and developing countries. Also, in the result, we can talk about word occurrences. The word occurrences is obtained using NVivo software. It highlights the number of times a word was cited in the research corpus. This qualitative analysis of the existing literature show that trust is the leading factor in the adoption of banking fintech, with a total of 148 occurrences. These results confirm the strong presence of these essential components in the financial sector. So in addition to trust, other adoption factors appear to be essential to consumers, notably the notion of security with 113 occurrences. This query also reveals the presence of a considerable number of factors promoting the adoption of banking fintech in the research corpus, such as ease of use, performance expectancy, intention to use, etc. So this is the word cloud, and it's the content analysis conducted using NVivo that enabled us to generate this output. So this word cloud produced with the NVivo software highlights the 100 most frequently cited words by the authors within our research corpus. This provide like an overview of all our research topic.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but the 8 minutes are over, so please try to finish your presentation as soon as possible. Thank you.
Oh, okay, thank you. So we move to the fifth part of this presentation, which is the conceptual model. So in the light of the results obtained, we proposed a revision of the technology acceptance model established by Davis and his co-author. The choice of this model is due to the fact that it is the first theoretical model cited in this corpus research with 48 occurrences. We add perceived security that has been added on this model. We defined it as the extent to which a person think it would be safe and secure to adopt a system. This factor was introduced to the initial time in view of if high occurrence in our frequency analysis, and attitude toward using is minimally presented in the analysis of the research corpus. So these results therefore allow us to replace it from the initial theme. So we replace it with trust, which is a real barrier to entry in the use of financial technologies, with the first position in the technological adoption factor. So here is the new conceptual model. So this new conceptual model provides a basis maybe for future research in the context of fintech banking adoption. So The last point of this presentation is the conclusion and future research direction. We can say that the digitalization of financial sector therefore make it exposed to cybercrime, and which is a phenomenon that's become increasingly important. So trust is an essential factor in fintech user adoption, and it is governed by the notion of perceived security. So the need of further research in this field, which is the field of fintech banking adoption, remains uncontestable. Future research could potential explore how artificial intelligence may contribute to improve trust in financial technology. And in addition to security, in addition to artificial intelligence, maybe cultural differences between countries or even between groups within the same country can also affect the acceptance and use of financial technology. So in a context of globalization, the value of additional cross-cultural research is evident. Thank you for attention.
Thank you. I would like the session chairs to ask any questions if they have.
And I'll just be the first one to raise my question. I would just like to have a clarification in terms of the word trust itself, though it has been recited a while ago. Is this trust in the technology
I'm so
itself?
sorry, I can't. I'm so sorry. It's so hard to hear you. I don't hear you very well.
Is it better now?
Now it's better. Yes,
No.
thank you.
I would just like to see clarification in terms of the word trust here or the variable for trust. Though it was decided a while ago for trust and mistrust, is this trust in terms of the technology itself, or is it trust also in terms of the organization providing the banking service?
Thank you for interesting question. It's trust in both of them. Trust in technologies, but also trust in the institution, because in other studies we can say that there is a strong link between trust into institutions, financial institutions, and trust into the technology. So yes, you're right, both of them.
And how do you think if we're taking into or adding other things into the equation here, how do you think can there be a case where regulatory environments in terms of the government can affect this level of trust? Or is it possible that the trust also can be or the government also can be integrated in terms of this level of trust?
I think not only government, I think demographic, regulatory, economic environments, all of them indeed play a critical role in trust formation. So this current analysis touch on these aspects, but I think a deeper country level comparison will be planned for future works.
Thank you very much. I enjoyed this presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. It's an honor to be here with you from Morocco.
Thank you, ma'am, for this presentation. We'll be moving on with the next presentation now. For our next presentation, we have MD Ator Rahman, who is going to present his paper on an in-depth analysis of the impact of feature transformation, learning on classification matrix and driver identification.
Yes, I am here. I am audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is MD Ator Rahman, Independent University, Bangladesh. My paper title is An in-depth analysis of impact of feature transformation, learning and classification matrix in driver identification. My paper ID 516. Other authors MD Abbas Ali, Anwar Ali, and Tohid Dhurian, and me, MD Ator Rahman. This is my presentation outline. Introduction, literature review, research methodology, feature and data set description, data set pre-processing, experimental procedure, conclusion and future work. Introduction. Driver identification is vital of the vehicle security, personalized security monitoring, use-based inference. In this work, proposed machine learning approach using constructive learning can choose data and identify driver through behavior pattern. Achieved 93.57% accuracy with random forest classification. Literature review. Security and safety. Prevent vehicle through the monitoring driver behavior and enhance road safety in intelligent transport system. Personalized, customized in-car experience and enable use-based insurance model through the accurate model recognize share mobility, supporting share vehicle ecosystem and multiple users operate single vehicle efficiently. Research methodology. We work step by step. This approach begins with the data collection to collect relevant data, and then data pre-processing prepare for cleaning the data. Data splitting is used separate two parts, train and test data. This data is used for training various models, product model training phase, and performance evaluation evaluate each model and assist the finding, determine the best performance model, and finally we analyze this comparison and we give conclusion. Data collection. The data was collected from 10 graphite data, a label A to J across 23 kilometer routes and resulting the total data 94,401 driver record handling and with feature 15 feature, providing comprehensive behavior and vehicle related data and accurate driver identification and analysis. Dataset pre-processing. We dataset pre-processing step by step. The data pre-processing diagram show the step necessary to prepare data related model training. Data cleaning with yield to four outlier and missing value in the first step ensure the data quality. Data encoded in the use technique like label encoding and transformation categories to numerical data, and feature selection is used to register data complexity and standardize feature range representatively. And here we used somewhat systematic monitoring oversampling technique. This used for imbalanced data handling and data transformation for the normalization. Finally, we prepare the final data set for model training. We data set is split two parts, train and test. Train 70% and test 30%. We evaluate performance metrics for each model. Precision recall F1. Here we can see this equation. And we use 7 classification model: random forest classification model, X-boosting classification model, light-based classification, decision tree, KNN classification, naive-based classification, gradient boosting classification. Then we can see the experimental result. Here we can see each model accuracy, precision recall F1. This analysis the process data performed metrics including the random forest classification is the most accurate. Achieved our accuracy 93.75% according to represent study. In outcome X-boosting and logistic classification both 92.80% with difference of 0.77% and outcome outperform 7.9%, while random forest is saying is accurate. This determined that model quality affected the data set, the decision tree and accuracy 89.80%, 80% is applicable is for 3.77% short short of the random forest classification. Additionally, accuracy decline show the KNN classification 85.71% and gradient boosting 87.12%, and where the nearby is accurate lowest accuracy and difficult to capture her data set effectively. Conclusion: he achieved 93.5% accuracy and random forest using constructive learning and for automated feature estimation of the driver pattern. This study approaches constructive learning and to time series driver data and driver identification on this method evaluated missing data and require minimal training and output additional model across accuracy, precision, recall F1. Technological innovation element manual feature engineering while handling driver condition and minimal returning requirement, and future application is scalable using the intelligent transformation system with security and personalized automated experience. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you so much. I would like to ask the session chairs for their questions on this.
Thank you, Rahman Garu. Rahman sir. Yeah,
Yes.
you have presented very good. And I have a few questions in your presentation. You just opened the flow diagram. Is it audible, sir?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, in your
This
flow
one.
diagram. No, next one, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, this one, sir. Here you have presented intermediate stages between data cleaning and processing the data set.
Yes.
And I have few questions. You did not address any handling, missing values, handling outliers. Is there at this stage, are you using any data augmentation techniques that you have to be addressed? And when I'm talking about encoding, are you introduced any encryption mechanisms? I don't know why you encoded that information. And the third stage, dimensionality reduction you provided there. So feature scaling, that is the feature, dimensionality reduction, because now if my data size is a large data size with a vector, with large vector, so then I would like to minimize the data set and then I can process it. So this is the dimensionality reduction. So
yes.
You did not address that point, and data imbalance handling also not addressed. And this slide is representing the actual work you executed, Rahman sir, and you did not address. And in addition to that, you after balancing the data, then you extracted the features. And what mechanism are you using? A CNN algorithm or SVM algorithm? Any algorithm you are using to extract the features from your data set? And then you can apply your random forest, XZBB, and all these things. So decision tree also is, I think it is best. It's a good algorithm when compared to XVB algorithm.
Yes.
So that all the algorithms you provided, and you did not address all these things.
Okay, we have a plan. Is data set we divided 3 parts. So this is data set is just directly posted data set, and here has 2 data set, log2 implement data set and decimal entity data set. This is data set was implement for the next work hour. here we can cleaning data and handling data. There has a big data set, 94,000 plus. So this is the very tough to control. So we try to do one data pre-processing and we divided three data set, and you suggest me CNN. Yes, we have a plan. We implement the next quarter. Already we divided three data set, and we here main data set has 94,000 plus data and we 51 features. There we work only 15 features.
Okay, your data set is decomposed into 70 and 30. 70%
Yes.
data set is considered as for training and 30 for testing. Why you did not consider the data set for validation?
Okay. We will try similar ratio or like 60 and 40% and 70 and 30%, 20 and 80%. We can say analysis and we take 70 and 30% ratio give better accuracy. And here not included we validation data set because we work to next step.
Thank you, Rahman.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, I just find the topic interesting and just curious about its other implications aside from driver identification. So I just like to ask if the approach that was presented, is it possible if or please correct me if I'm wrong, if it's already there or it's already on the evaluation or the analysis. Can this approach be useful also in terms of we try to take a look at the negative side? Can it be useful in terms of detecting driver anomalies?
Sorry, I can understand. Please ask any again this question.
So what I'm just basically saying is, oh, asking rather is, um, what are the other applications beyond transportation that also can be benefited from this method of transformation learning?
I did not clear this your. I hope net issues is I is this breakdown.
Thank you for both the session chairs for asking their questions. Now we will move on to the next presentation. For our next presentation, we have Dan Janward Rubis, who is going to present his paper, Content Marketing and Corporate Brand Awareness in the Philippines, a Structural Equation Model.
Afternoon, everyone. May I ask if my screen is now visible and I am audible?
Yes, sir, your screen is visible and you're audible as well.
All right, thank you very much. Good afternoon or good morning to everyone, to my colleagues here in this presentation, our guests, and of course, our session chairs. I am Mr. Dan Jaward Sirubis from the National University in the Philippines, and together with my co-authors, Mr. Ronald C. Bariga, Ma'am Arlene San Pablo, and Eleanor Y. Medina, I will be presenting our research paper about content marketing and corporate brand awareness in the Philippines, a structural equation model. So in today's digital age, mostly of businesses are actually increasing their reliant on content marketing, especially if they really wanted to engage with different consumers to strengthen their brand identity. So nowadays, the digital transformation has reshaped the way companies engage with their audiences, with the different content marketing become more crucial for rebuilding corporate brand awareness. This is especially true here in our country, or here in my country, the Philippines, we're in over 113 million people and one of the highest rates of social media usage in the world. So we Filipinos, we typically spend on the average of 4 hours and 15 minutes per day on social media, making digital platforms as an essential venue for our communication and commerce. So for this research, our research is actually grounded by the idea about content marketing, particularly how video content plays a crucial role in building brand awareness. So we wanted to recognize that brand awareness is not a single dimension, but a construct that includes recognition, recall, and dominance. For the objectives of our study, we really wanted to investigate the role of short video in marketing, electronic word of mouth, key opinion leaders' endorsements in shaping brand awareness and consumer perceived value. For this context, how does content marketing through this content quality, word of mouth, the KOL or key opinion leaders endorsements affects brand awareness, ultimately our or the consumer perceived value? There are a lot of previous study that consistently emphasizing the importance of brand awareness as a foundation of consumer trust and purchase decisions. So this is from Cutler and Keller 2016. So they discussed that recognition and recall are essential in lowering consumer risk and encouraging loyalty. And at the same time, recent studies highlights that short form of videos like what we see in TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and even in Facebook are uniquely effective, especially if they really wanted to capture the attention and driving engagement of their consumers, especially the word of mouth. So it's basically from the traditional word of mouth. It evolves to electronic word of mouth due to the advent of technology. And with the influencers' endorsements have also been shown to extend the reach and credibility of this content. Yet, across the literatures that we have gathered, content quality emerges as the most consistent and determinant of success, especially for brand awareness. It is not enough to simply have influencers to viral campaigns. The content itself must be actually relevant, engaging, and of course, credible. In addition, for the perceived value shaped by the benefits, price justifications, and value for money, it actually strongly mediated the brand by brand awareness. However, there are little research has examined how these factors operate together in the Philippines context. So this gap provides the rationale of our studies. This study actually supports the use of structural equation modeling or SEM to examine their combined effects comprehensively. So for our methodology, to address the gap that I have mentioned, we use a quantitative research design and we employ the structural equation modeling to examine the relationship among content marketing, brand awareness, and consumer perceived value. SEM was actually chosen because this methodology allows us to examine different or or complex relationships between our latent variables. The data that we have collected through a cross-sectional survey involving 500 Filipino consumers aged 18 and above. And we use a stratified random sampling technique to employ or the or we use a random sampling technique to ensure a proper representation from different demographics like age, gender, income level, and the likes. The instrument that we use to measure the perception of content marketing, customer engagement, and brand awareness using established Likert scale constructs. SEM was used to test both direct and indirect relationship of our variables. And as a result, The result of SEM or structured equation modeling revealed that first, when looking at the content marketing effectiveness, content quality had the strongest impact with a coefficient of 0.60 less than with the p-value of less than 0.001, followed by electronic word of mouth at 0.50, p-value of less than 0.001, and key opinion leader endorsement at 0.30 or p-value of less than 0.001. This actually confirms that while influencers and word of mouth are valuable, content quality is the most critical factor that our consumers see. They really wanted to check or perceive the value of what they are seeing, hearing, or checking over the internet. Second, in terms of brand awareness, brand recognition showed the strongest influence or the strongest contributor at 0.55 coefficient, p-values same as for less than 0.001, followed by brand recall at 0.45 and brand dominance at 0.40. Both have p-value of less than 0.001. And for our last variable, third for consumer perceived value, perceived benefits had the largest effect at 0.50, followed by value over price at 0.40 and price justification at 0.30. The model further confirmed that brand awareness plays a really mediating role with coefficient at 0.60, linking content marketing to consumer perceived value, and together the constructs explained a substantial portion of the variance in both brand awareness and perceived value. So overall, the model explained that 65% of our total variance in brand awareness and 80% of the variance is in consumer perceived value. Wherein customers or consumers actually um, they actually value the content quality, brand recognition, and the benefits that they see for the contents over the internet. The findings actually highlights uh, while influencers endorsements and consumers word of mouth are important, the quality content itself remains the cornerstones of a successful marketing strategy. These findings highlight several important factors. So it means without engaging in credible content, the amplifying effects of our influencers and word of mouth are very limited. Second, recognition and recall. It's actually a critical pathway through which consumers build brand awareness, which subsequently influences their perception. Lastly, in the Philippine context, where digital consumption is deeply integrated into our daily life, short video marketing actually resonates stronger or strongly with different audiences. It provides brands with an effective medium for building identity and trust. So collectively, the results emphasizes that there is a interconnectedness of our content marketing, brand awareness, and consumer perceived value. As a conclusion, our study actually demonstrates that marketing or content marketing, particularly through high quality short videos or different videos, is actually essential for building brand awareness and enhancing consumer perceived value. Brand awareness serves as a vital mediator, linking content strategies to consumer perceptions and purchase intention. The businesses that focus on recognition, recall, and dominance through authentic, engaging content will be more successful in shaping consumer trust and loyalty in today's digital marketplace. There is an interconnected, as mentioned earlier, of brand awareness, customer perceived value, and content marketing, which underscores the importance of comprehensive marketing that considers these key variables. And As our recommendations are based on the findings and conclusions of the study, based on the different insights
This is
that,
a reminder, so please try to finish your presentation early.
thank you. So this is based on the insights provided regarding the content marketing, corporate branding, consumer perceived value, the consumers or sorry, different organizations should focus on improving quality of their content while leveraging the amplifying effects of e-word of mouth and key influencer. They need to utilize every strategies to maximize the e-word of mouth and use the influencer endorsement to gather more audiences or more consumers for their products. They need to strengthen their brand recognition and recall. It must be prioritized in marketing campaigns. And of course, companies should encourage to highlight customer perceived value. Wherein, based on our value chain, it starts on how they produce the product, how they engage the product with their consumers. They need to highlight the product benefits and communicate the value positions effectively, ensuring a brand recall, uh, brand awareness, and a brand loyalty for consumers. So they need to continue investment in research and adaptation, especially in our evolving digital industry or digital behaviors. This is very essential to sustain engagement and maintain relevance for them to become competitive, not just in the online marketplace, but in the marketing in the market as well. So they need to monitor different marketing metrics and consumer feedback businesses to adopt better strategies to meet their changing demand for consumers. And that would be all for my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now I like the session chairs to ask if there are any questions.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, a nice presentation. So I
Thank you
have
po.
one question. Equation model, and you estimated the probability p-value. For all cases, your probability p-value is below 0.001.
Correct, sir.
Yeah, that shows a strong coincidence for both content quality and as well as content credibility. These are all the two factors you considered. And may know what are the variables which are called measured variables you considered, what are unobserved variables you considered to estimate the p-value less than 0.001, so that
All
the
right.
branding is challenging here. So customer satisfaction branding. So please respond.
All right, sir. For the variables that we use for our research, first for brand awareness, we actually use brand recognition, brand recall, and brand dominance. So our respondents measure it based on the Likert skills or the statements that we have provided. For the content marketing, we use content quality, electronic word of mouth, and the KOL or the key opinion leader endorsements. While for the third variable that we use, the consumer perceived value, so we use perceived benefits, value over price, and the last one is price justification. So we use the structural equation modeling, especially our variables are actually latent variables. These are present but not quite used in the market. So, and the concepts like brand awareness, the consumer perceived value, these cannot be measured by a single indicator, but instead by multiple sub-variables. And based on our RRL, we use those variables just to measure or get the results from our study. So for example, the brand awareness is composed of recognition, recall, and dominance. The consumer perceived values, we use the benefits, justification, and value over price. So unlike other tools like for correlation, regression, or ANOVA, this can be used only to test one relationship at a time. But for SEM, we can examine multiple relationships simultaneously for our variables for the content marketing, brand awareness, and the consumer perceived value, which is actually critical for our study since we need to confirm the mediating role of brand awareness between content marketing and consumer perceived value. So we see that SEM provides a model that fit to our study.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I hope I'm more audible now. Since
Yes,
it was
sir.
presented, that there is a mutating variable as incorporated on the structural equation modeling, I'm just curious in terms of the future works related to this one. What do you think would be, since this is in terms of marketing, and sometimes we need to have a segmentation to target. What do you think? What are the possible moderating variables that we can insert in terms of the model?
Sorry, sir. What are additional variables?
Yes. What are some possible moderating variables that we can insert into the equation for future works?
Okay, sir. For future works, for other mediating variables that we can actually use. So aside from that we have mentioned, uh, may, maybe they could use also the brand strength, quality content, the credibility of the brand for them to fill whichever gap of our study, and they could have a holistic overview, especially using brand awareness as a mediating variable between content marketing and perceived value. They can use other variables like, as I've mentioned, the quality content, the credibility, or credibility, brand credibility.
Thank you. That's indeed a great presentation.
Thank you so much, sir.
Um, Hello, authors and guests. There is just an announcement that will make sure of the timing to complete all the presentation on the time. For the presentation, we have set 10 minutes, and for the question and answer, we have set 2 minutes to ensure that our session completes on time. Thank you so much.
Moving on to the next presentation now. For our next presentation, we have Dhaval Patel, who is going to present his paper, Cyber Shield AI, a cyberbullying detection tool.
A very good morning, everyone. I hope my voice is audible to everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, sir,
Audible,
you are.
sir.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. So I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, sir.
So, good morning, everyone. My name is Dhaval Patel. Along with me, my co-authors are Dev Parekh, Jay Patel, Keshri Patel, and Dr. Pritesh Prajapati. We are from the Charusat University, and our paper title is Cyber Shield AI, a cyberbullying detection tool. We have developed this tool to detect the cyberbullying on the online text communication. Now, the cyberbullying is means that the on the online platform, so many humans, mostly like the children and the adults, have become the victims of the harassment on the with the text communication. So we are developing the model to detect that cyberbullying, right? So for that, we have used the BERT model to detect the cyberbullying. The problem statement is a cyberbullying has become a pervasive problem. Like all everywhere, there is a problem of the cyberbullying on the social media platform as well as the online platform. Most of the victims are children and the adults, which are suffers from the as a medical disease. They are suffer from the anxiety, depression, as well as the social withdrawal. Right. So we are trying to develop the traditional. There are some traditional model like the to detect the cyberbullying with the use of keyword filters, manual reporting, right? But they produce a very less amount of the result. So we are trying to develop the model with the accuracy. Like the statistics shows that the 70% of teens reports experiencing cyberbullying at least once, as per the report of the UNICEF in 2023. Only 10 to 15% of cyberbullying cases are reported by their parents. Social media platform remove the we have used social media platform like Instagram, Facebook, right? They are unable to remove the poster text comments, which is the ratio is less than 40%. The study shows that the AI powered detection can improve the cyberbullying identification by increasing the 20 to 30% compared to traditional methods. So our objective is to develop the fine-tuned BERT-based system to detect the cyberbullying with high amount of accuracy, enhance detection performance, as well as the deploy a secure, scalable web systems and the user-friendly system. So any user can easily detect the cyberbullying from the text communication. Our plan is we have four parts as our plan components. The first is data processing, pre-processing. Another one is model development. The third one is user interface, and the fourth one is system testing. As a data pre-processing, we have gathered diverse cyberbullying data sets from the Kaggle as well as the Google Gixo. From the Kaggle, we have downloaded the data set cyberbullying classification data set, which has more than 47,000 of twists, which is bifurcated in the 6 categories, right? So we have used particularly this data set to for the data pre-processing, and for as a data processing, we have used 80% of data as a training and 20% for the testing. The model development, we have used fine-tuned but with domain adaptive per training, high-level classification, and consider feature fusion. User interface, for user interface, we design secure user-friendly web interface using the Flex and Fast API for uploading text, real-time cyberbullying detection. For system testing, we have used traditional system testing like unit testing and integration testing. As at the backend, we have deployed our code on the via Docker and Netlify with the use of MongoDB database. System flow, we have simplified our system flow as a methodology. Like first of all, the user need to enter his text. The data will be pre-processed with the use of different techniques, and BERT model will be applied on the pre-processing. Then it will be classified whether the text will be entered his cyberbullying or non-cyberbullying. The particular result will be produced. It will be stored into the database, and final result will be displayed onto the screen. As a result, in the table 1, it can be shown that the model performance metrics, particularly accuracy, we have achieved from the use of BERT model, which is uh, 0.88, which is better than the other model. We have applied other 3 models like traditional machine learning SVM model, CNN based model, and Build STM model. But from the BERT model, we have achieved the more accuracy, which is 88%, and the F1 score, which is 93%. So the metric shows that the accuracy is 88%, precision is 91%, recall is a 95. The F1 score is average 93, and ROC value is 92, and TR value is 98. As a functional requirement, there are 4 parts of functional requirement: text upload, cyberbullying detection, user interface, and real-time detection. As a text upload, user should be able to input upload text via from the social media posts, comments, or any chat message or chat platform like WhatsApp or etc. Right? So cyberbullying detection is the system should analyze text data, identically cyberbullying, harassment, speech, or other harmful communication. Particularly, we have used the text communication. And as a future, we are going to use the images as well as the video message, or like on the gaming platform, we are trying to deploy this model. But as of now, we have used only for the text communication. The user interface, a user-friendly web interface should be allow user to submit text, right? Because the particularly we have detected that the victims of that particular cyberbullying is the children. So we have tried to develop our UI as simple as possible, so any user can enter that text and detect that whether it is a victim of cyberbullying or not. The real-time detection, the system should support real-time or nearly real-time analysis, streaming text to immediately flag harmful content. As a non-functional requirement, we have again bifurcated into four. The first one is performance, the second one is reliability, third one is usability, and fourth one is portability. The industry practice adopted for this particular research is we have used modular development approach, security based practice. We have deployed our code through the Git using CI, continuous integration and continuous deployment pipeline, for the Docker containers with the Docker, and test driven deployment TDD. So you can see on the screen the screenshot that the one text have been entered. Do you want to hang out after school? So the model have trained that and the identified that this is no cyberbullying detected. And the another text is, you are such a loser, nobody likes you. This is the text which our model detect that this is the victim of the cyberbullying. So that's all from my side. Thank you very much. If you have any questions.
Sir, thank you. Nice presentation.
Thank you so much, sir.
I have one question.
Yes, sir.
You used bet model.
Yes, sir. Yes, but model.
See, sometimes what happen in the cyber bullying,
yes, sir.
There are some chances of repeated abusing words will be exchanged.
Yes, yes, yes.
So how you will extract the local patterns of such
sir,
kind of abusing words
okay,
using
so
this bet mode?
During the data pre-processing time, when we are trying to cleaning the data, sir, at that time we have applied the K4 cross-validation technique. So for that we are removing the duplicate value, or some you said that the abusing words, are right? So we can detect easily from that at the data cleaning process. And also, sir, for data augmentation, we have used synonym replacement technique and random insertion, deletion, and swap technique for this kind of approach, sir.
Right, sir. Can we this is the existing model, no? Bet model is the existing model.
Yes, sir. It is pre-training model, sir. We are using this model for the cyberbullying detection.
To achieve more novelty, can we augment this existing model with CNN or some other algorithm so that you can
sir,
get
we have tried with CNN
model?
Yes, sir, we have tried with CNN model, but the accuracy what we try to achieve, it will be achieved through the BUT model. We have also applied the CNN model, but in future we are trying to detect the cyberbullying on the basis of images and the videos. So at that time, again, we will try to use CNN model and try to achieve the accuracy, better accuracy.
Yes, you got 93% accuracy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Nice presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
I'd like to say this is also a nice presentation. I'm just curious to ask if the system that was presented is applicable for multiple languages or cultural contexts.
Yes, sir. Our model is accepting the multiple languages here. But right now, sir, we have only used the communication language as an English. But we are trying. It is already trying that the multiple language, like religious, like some Indian languages or other countries' languages, we will use that languages train our model. So we will trying to with the use of, as I said, that in the future work, I'm trying to detect the cyberbullying from images, videos, as well as the multiple languages. It is under progress, sir. Our next paper will be on that base, sir.
Does
So
it
you can
include
add NLP, sir.
features?
Sorry.
What, sir?
Sorry.
Sir?
Just proceed.
Sorry, sir.
You can add. Sir asked, Koba sir asked some question. So you can use the NLP model for your project.
Sure, sir. Sure. We will try, sir. Sure.
NLP, natural language processing
yes,
model.
Yes, NLP, yes,
you can
yes,
address sir.
I have noted down, sir, that using the NLP model, it will be quite useful for us.
That's just it from me.
Thank you for the presentation. We can
Thank
now
you so
move
much, sir.
to the next presentation. For the next presentation, we have Kshitij Mure, who is going to present his paper, Design and Development of a System for Unveiling Inauthenticity in Audio Content.
Hello everyone, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, sir. My screen is visible.
Yes, it is visible.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. Today my topic is design and development of a system for unveiling in authenticity. We are from Electronics and Telecommunication Department. Before diving in this, uh, let's see the problem statement. So these are the contents which I am going to cover. So our problem is sometime a user gives the or a speaker gives the presentation, and by knowingly or unknowingly he delivers some wrong information. So to authenticate that we have built this model. Such scenarios are especially dangerous when the audience uses that information for decision making and learning or research. To mitigate this, we have designed a robust system to take audio input and compares the spoken content with a trusted knowledge source, and returns percentage score indicating how much of the given information is accurate. So we have used a speech analysis by using NLP techniques for comparison. We are taking Wikipedia data for comparison, and it is also we when the user enters the topic, we are taking that some information and storing in our file for um, reducing the comparison time. So these are some survey papers which are we have referred for our developing the model, and these observations we have listed, which was useful for us. The motivation when the this is the motivation, like when we listen any speaker's information, and most of the time he delivers the right information, but knowingly or unknowingly he delivers some wrong information, and we get misled by any chance. So the objective is uh, we have do a extensive market survey, develop and model to analyze patterns, use the features for speech fluency, intonations, pauses or hesitations, uh, and talking about this diagram. The audio acquisition, the user provides the input through a microphone or he can upload a file. For speech detection, we are using a Google speech recognition API, which the audio converts into text for further analysis. And the spectrogram were generated to show that the how much the audio was audible to the microphone for easier understanding. And then we are going to evaluate by doing some removing duplicate removals, repeated keywords processing, and by using algorithms we are processing on it. So the implementation, this the threshold for matching is of 0.3%. Below that it won't accept that. There should be more audio or text present. And the result we have successfully identifies the meaningful keywords from the audio inputs. Accurate speech recognition effectively transcribe the various accents and speech patterns. Similar assessment provides a clear measure of keyword set similarity using Jaccard index. Facilitates easy interaction through a web interface. It processes audio quickly for immediate feedback and handles errors gracefully for a good experience for a user. Like it's talking about these results which we have done for some topics, like on different size of files for different durations, different audio formats. It shows the how processing time it takes based on the system configuration, how much accuracy it delivers on the base of input user will of the user provides, and that topic was relevant to the topic provided, and the source which he takes for a comparison. When the user gives a new topic, that time it will take the input from for a comparison, it will take from Wikipedia. At that time it will also store some information for easier understanding in the files. So later on, when the same topic comes, it will compares with that CSV file. We have plotted this uh, in output on the stats, like it shows for WAV files improve with the longer duration, indicating better feature extraction over time. Also for application prioritizing high accuracy and detailed contents analysis, the WAV format is important. Like, and this figure shows the trade-off between processing time and accuracy. MP3 or MP4A offers faster processing, but it gives a quite bit lower accuracy. WAV provides higher accuracy and ideal for precision focused tasks. This figure shows WAV takes longer to process than a MP3, MP4, but it returns the proper output comparing to that. And application we can say, like we can integrate with media, voice biometric security kind of, or social media, and where any speaker gives the information, like we can integrate that the system. And to conclude our this approach speech analysis by combining acoustic analysis, semantic comparison, and dynamic reference, we have provided a reliable solution for real-time speech evaluation. Uh, our file acts like a fact-checking companion that listens, analysis, and ensures the spoken information is authenticated or trustworthy. Thank you for your attention. Uh, you have any questions?
Thank you. I will ask the session chairs for any questions on their end.
Hello.
Yes. Hello, sir.
Yeah, yeah. When I looking at your results, I have seen the accuracy for any model. So can you open that result slide? Previous, this one. Next one. See, look at that accuracy model. See, look at this MP4, this. So the accuracy is dropped to a minimum level. And this accuracy is, so what for all these three audio file formats, the accuracy is not consistent, not constant, and it shows uh, inconsistent accuracy throughout the format. And this is one observation I found. So, and one more thing is, in which model you use to estimate this accuracy, that is very important, uh, because you are using a speech processing. What are the variants of the speech? What is the pitch of the audible speech? What is so all these factors we have to be considered. So considering which parameter you are considering to determine accuracy of the speech. And one more thing, if I observed your block diagram, I have seen segmentation before the normalization process takes place. I do not understand. Is it a data splitting or segmentation?
Segmentation helps to break a long audios into smaller, manageable frames, improving detection and accuracy and reducing the processing time. And for a,
I'm
like a
sorry. I'm sorry. You introduce a segmentation of the audio file. Now, I do not understand. What do you mean by segmentation? Means decomposing the entire audio file into subsegments. So, what does it mean?
like
Okay, okay, no issue. Understood. Okay, you wanted to say something.
just for measuring kind of accuracy, we are depend on the score which model
Yeah,
returns and
no problem. So, I just wanted to tell you one thing. So, that is the data file.
sir.
Information from the speech.
Uh, Sorry, could you please repeat? I was not able to hear your voice.
Hello.
Is it audible? And I lost the connection.
Yeah, now it is audible.
Yeah. Please go to the block diagram once. I will close this.
Okay.
One. Yeah, please open. So here you represented in the ML algorithm. Are you doing any trend analysis? You are doing here. So you CNN news. So what is the difference between these two? Dashboards you are creating here, or you are analyzing any data analytics you are doing here.
I have created a dashboard by using a Flask, so user will easily give the input to the system, and he can easily see the data in the structured format. So it is easier for user to give the data and see the output.
Yeah. So if possible, in future presentations, it's better to insert that dashboards and uh, all those things. Thank you. Thanks for
Sure.
your nice presentation.
Yes, thank you, sir. I will surely implement the points you mentioned in the future things.
If there aren't any more questions, then we can move towards the next presentation. Thank you so much for this presentation.
Yes, thank you. May I stop screen sharing?
Yes.
Yes.
For our next presentation, we have MD Atur Rahman presenting his another paper, Impact of Complex Engineering Problem Segment under Outcome-Based Education in the Context of Engineering Education.
Yes, I am here. I am audible.
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. My screen is visible.
Yes, it is visible.
Hello everyone, my name is MD Atar Rahman. My paper title Impact of Complex Engineering Problems segment under Outcome-Based Education in the Complex of Engineering Education, paper ID 239. My other authors MD Atar Rahman, me, and Sabina Alam, Sadia Binte Alam, and Mahadi Hassan from Independent University, Bangladesh. Introduction. Outcome-based education focus on achieve measurable skills that mass industry needed. Integrating complex engineering problems help students apply knowledge and real-world challenges, improving activities, framework, communicative, and ethics awareness. These studies on database management system course show complex engineering problem integrating both problem solving and professional reduction and regular curriculum updates keep learning aligned with industry demand. And how to complex engineering problem solving transform engineering innovation through outcome based at independent university. Subject is data management system CSC CO3 course. Literature review, traditional approach. Traditional knowledge transfer with limited practical application. Outcome framework, measurable outcome aligned with industry, need to professional practice. Complex problem, real world challenges require active and skilled innovation solution. Research methodology. This picture shows the measurement approach for student attending program learning outcome based on board of aggregation for engineering and traditional education based standard. This being with the data collection and initial data processing, follow the assessment through the midterm and final exam, project, presentation, implementation paper, all with the evaluate using rubrics. Three different rubrics. Successfully evaluate architecture post-learning outcome, CLO, that are aligned with 12 set program learning outcome, PLO. Student assessment forum, curriculum update with complex engineering problem, and rubrics fail to analysis and discussion, and resulting the conclusion with the focus continuous improvement in both program quality and student learning. Here we can say our course learning outcome was 7 and he integrated PLO 12. Here we can see this. Here 5 PLO satisfied this course. And course line outcome come to home, midterm exam, final exam, and project. And here has some rubrics predefined how to give mark each student. Here inside that student learning, student assessment, student evaluate, and student feedback according to object course plan. And if pass, achieve student and achieve PLO. That's finally he achieved PLO and he and next step for engineering student. Then analysis the result, discussion and conclusion. Batch framework integrating. This is the batch framework integrating program learning outcome. 12 components outcome covering technical skill, ethics, and professional development. Knowledge profile, 9 systematic knowledge area for natural science and professional ethics, complex engineering problem, and 7 attributes required in depth engineering, knowledge and creative analysis, engineering activities, 5 characteristics, innovation and resource innovation solutions. Here, this is all components are connected and integrated each component. This is the data collection. And data collection of the end result. Here we can see the student ID, name, course, section, and semester. Here we can see midterm we achieved CLO 1, 2, 3, and each question against, and final question here, and project here. This is then finally we course object outcome 7, and he satisfied the PLO. Here we analyze 3-year result. 2022, 2023, 2024. 3 years result we analysis, and here we can see 2020 result. There has some challenges because they are not integrating complex engineering problem here. Then so some student is fail and some student is not this year not come to publishable paper of this course. 2023 string here enrolled and fail and drop out here. This we can the statistical number, and here is finally we summarize that uh, fail rate decrease and come to publishable paper in this course when we integrated complex engineering problem in this year. 2024, here we get an success rate. Here we can see many students achieved good grade and achieved project and good work and come many publishable paper in this course and success rate 75%. So summary this 23, 22, 23, 24 increasingly reduce fail rate and decrease increase publishable paper in this course. Project-based learning structure. Introduction literature review here has some background objective research foundation. This is integrating PLO 4, PLO 4, 10 and PLO 11, and systematic design development integrating PLO 5 and professional responsibility and environment impact PLO 6 and PLO 7, and communication team presentation, demonstration, and collaboration from PLO 8 and PLO 9. Here we can see this is the important table. Here we show that which components are integrated, all components. Here we can see this PLO 5 modern tools integrating activities knowledge 2 and 6, problem solving 1, 5, and educational activities E1. This database course CC7 is development aligned with beta program outcome, knowledge profile WP, complex problem activities WP, and engineering activities EA. This representative theoretical knowledge, problem complexity, and practical publication research back the PLO and decide on ongoing student feedback. This was based on continuous enhanced adding complex engineering problem and for the student performance based on enhancing research publication increasing, and students are now more industry ready for the job and employ.
This is your reminder that your time is almost over. I'm sorry to interrupt. Please try to finish your presentation early.
Okay. Skill development impact, critical thinking, enhancing analysis, skill and in complex engineering scenario based creative solution, advanced tools, sustainable awareness, and professional ethics. He is implemented in this course. And conclusion, research integrating, deep integrating and research component and student component student lead publication fund and industry potential, enhancing collaboration with industry partner and real world problem solving and innovation focus, advanced project based learning, focusing entrepreneurship and innovation, completing problem integrating graduate and adapt innovation and ready for her professional practice and innovate technological legacy. Thank you. Any question?
Thank you. I will request the session chairs if they have any questions.
Good presentation, Andy. No question from my side. Thank you.
Just a simple question from me. Um, how can this mechanism be, can this mechanism also be generalizable in terms of its application to other types of higher education?
Okay. This mechanism is beta. This is the association of engineering in university. This is have created a rule and we follow this rule for completing tolerance integrity. This is rule not since we, but we integrate in our course. And then course is according to student feedback, how to integrate in our course, and we implement that, and we find that we give best result. This rule is changed year by year. This rule follow 2024 beta aggregation.
If there are no more questions, we can move on to the next presentation.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. For our next presentation, we'll be having Rohit Yadav, who is going to present his paper, Leveraging Large Language Models for Enhanced URL Phishing Detection.
Yeah, I'm here. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
So I will try to complete the presentation fast because I have some other commitments where I need to attend. So my project, sorry, I think just ah. So my project was on titled Leveraging Large Model Language for Enhanced URL Phishing Detection. So the authors are Rohit Yadav, Rohini Bhosle, Rahul Rathod, Prashant Dotre, and Yasraj Salunke Patel. I am from India and I am from completed my MTech from MIT EDT University, Pune. So as we know, phishing remains one of the most persistent and dangerous threat in cybersecurity today. While the traditional method have some success, they struggle to keep up the increasing sophisticated deceptive tactics used by attackers. So my project will help to overcome this problem and provide a learning like a clear explanation to the user whether a URL is phishing or not and what parameters it has taken to give the result. So, like the paper presents a hybrid system that combines traditional machine learning with large models to detect phishing URLs. So, I have used CAT Boost, and which is an interpretable gradient boosting model that uses lexical and statistical features like the URL length, numbers of hyphens, and the presence of keywords for structured classification. I have also used Mistral 7B, which is used for fast local and CPU-based interference in resource-limited settings. Along with that, I have used Mixtel 87B Instruct, which is like AI which I use through API to provide deeper contextual reasoning and text-based explanation to its predictions. So speaking about the data set, so I have collected four URL files from the Kaggle and combined all. So the data set size has been like around 2.28 million URLs. So my project simply is like the user enters a URL in the system and the system scans the URL and provides a percentage for the user whether it's phishing or not based on the features which is had been trained. So to explain the features, like I have used explainability, which is SHAP, was used to explain the decisions of the CAD boost module, showing that features like the number of special characters, URL length, and the essence of HTTPS. While speaking about the false positive rate, minimizing false positive is crucial for real world use. CatBoost had the lowest FRPR, which is 1.45%, while Mistral Biz has the highest FPR 3.20%. So this is a result where CatBoost performed the best. So the blue graph describes the accuracy, the green describes the recall, the orange describes the just a second here. So so the CatBoost performs well, and this one shows the SHAP explainability graph. So this project can be integrated in web apps and like web extensions to provide real-time update to the user. And later we can integrate in emails to scan the URLs present in email addresses. Thank you.
Thank you. I will ask the session chairs if they have any questions regarding this presentation.
Yeah, I have a simple question.
Yes, sir.
How many token context windows you considered, sir?
Sir, what?
How many token context windows you considered? So maximum it will allow around 32,000 or something else. How many you considered?
Sir, I'm not getting a question, actually.
You are using Mixtel algorithm, no?
Yes, sir. No, sir,
Mixtel,
algorithm not. Actually,
yeah?
I've used the AI tool from the Hugging Face
Okay,
website.
okay,
I access it via the API
okay.
directly. Yes.
So you projected Mixtel 8 algorithm.
Yes, sir.
So for that you require tokens. So that is my question.
Yeah, sir. So I use that API token from the Hugging Face website.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I also have just a simple question for this one.
Yes, sir.
Could this approach be likewise extended to detect other forms of cyber threats, such as malicious attachments?
Sir, what? Actually, your voice is breaking a little bit.
Okay. Could this approach be also extended to detect other forms of cyber threats aside from phishing?
No, sir. Currently, I'm like only focused on the phishing part only. But like we can try for SMS also scanning.
Yeah, because yeah, I asked it because there can be a wide range of applications. This is an insightful presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you for the presentation. We'll move on to the next presentation. For the next presentation, we have Aryan G. Kare, who is going to present the paper When Reality Blurs, the Impact of Deep Fakes on Psychology and Society.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My name is Sajay. So I'm from like Amrita School of Business campus. So, shall I present?
Sir, what
Yeah.
is the paper title?
Hello.
Yes, sir. What is the paper title?
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What?
Yes, sir. The title name will be the role of ESG in the global capital market.
I'm sorry, sir, but your presentation is not scheduled for this meeting. Can you tell me your paper ID?
Yes, the paper ID will be 628, sir.
Sir, I'll update you for the same for 628. Just a moment.
Okay. Sure, sure, sure.
Uh, Sir, for paper ID 628, it was scheduled in virtual room E, but virtual room E is completed now. So you can join the next session, session 9E.
Okay. Session 9E, right?
Yes, if you just stay in the chat, I'll provide you the link for the session 9E. And Rohan, we can move toward the closing.
Sure, sir, sure, sir. Yeah, so you can provide the link, I can join.
Okay. So, I sincerely thank our authors for their excellent presentations and contribution in this session, and to all our participants who are a part of this international conference. I hope this session was informative and you gained some insights from it. We, on the behalf of whole team, thank you for this support during the fourth version and all the previous three versions of this conference. All the presenters will be getting their digital certificates through email within 2 working days. The publications will be live in 7 to 8 months. Kindly cooperate with the team of ISBM 2025. As we conclude, I would like to extend a sincere thanks to our session chair and I would also like to thank them for all their particular insights that are occurring during this entire session. So I would like to thank our session chair Lester Akabaso for being present here and for his insights during the entire session. This is a token of appreciation from our end on behalf of the team ISBM 2025 and the Global Knowledge Research Foundation and partners. We are pleased to present this token of appreciation in recognition of your valuable presence. Thank you so much, sir, for being here, and thank you for the coordination during the entire session.
We also likewise.
At the same time, it is my equal honor to acknowledge our other session chair, whose contribution has been as meaningful to the session of this particular session. We express our gratitude to Dr. Kalpala Vidyasagar for being here, and on behalf of Team ISBN 2025 and the Global Knowledge Research Foundation and partners, it is a privilege to present this token of appreciation for your valuable presence. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you.
Now, I will request everyone to turn on their videos for a moment so that we can take a snapshot before we conclude this session. Okay. Thank you so much for joining.